Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Growing up during the 70s, I loved watching Star Trek reruns each day after school. The show was something else, at least for a 10-year-old kid like me. It first aired back in the 60s, and for many, it was the first real taste of thoughtful science fiction on television. Created by Gene Roddenberry, Star Trek, the original series, wasn't just about cool spaceships and alien planets. It often explored big ideas about humanity, society, and what our future could look like. And at the heart of it, there were unforgettable characters like the adventurous Captain Kirk, the passionate Dr. McCoy, and of course, the logical and fascinating Mr. Spock. Speaking of Mr. Spock, one of the coolest things about him was his signature move, the Vulcan nerve pinch. There's a great story behind that pinch, and it really comes down to the brilliant actor who played him, Leonard Nimoy, and his strong feelings about who Spock should be, especially when it came to violence. Leonard's Mr. Spock was the OG. He truly defined how Vulcans were portrayed with that trademark calm, collected, and subtle style. He was deeply connected to Spock, even writing two autobiographies, I Am Not Spock, and later, I Am Spock, which showed just how much the actor and character influenced each other. This deep thinking extended to how Spock would handle conflict. So how did this famous pinch come about anyway? It all started because Leonard wasn't comfortable with the kind of casual violence that's often seen on television. Back in '66, they were filming an early episode called The Enemy Within, and in this story, a transporter malfunction splits Captain Kirk into two versions, one good, one evil. The original script had a scene where Spock was supposed to deal with Kirk's evil twin. The direction in the script said that Spock was supposed to sneak up behind the evil Kirk and knock him out by hitting him on the head with the butt of his phaser. When Leonard read that, he really didn't like it. He felt that kind of action was too brutal and old-fashioned for Spock. It felt like something out of a generic brawling scene, not fitting for a sophisticated Vulcan. So Nimoy was clear. He didn't want his character, Mr. Spock, to resort to just knocking someone over the head. He believed Vulcans, being an advanced and logical race, would have a more refined and less overtly violent way of subduing an opponent. He wanted a more merciful way for Spock to incapacitate someone. Leonard took his concerns to the episode's director, and he explained that Spock, being an alien, could logically possess abilities or knowledge unknown to humans. He suggested they use their imaginations. Perhaps Spock had a special understanding of human anatomy, or maybe Vulcans had a unique physiological ability. As Nimoy saw it and thought this through, they could make the audience believe in such a unique alien trait. So instead of the phaser butt, Leonard proposed the idea of a pinch. According to Leonard himself, the director didn't quite grasp the concept at first, but then he demonstrated it with William Shatner, who immediately understood the intention and reacted perfectly during the demonstration, describing the feeling as being like an electrical charge. When the producers saw the filmed scene the next day, they loved it. They thought it was a fantastic, intelligent solution and decided to make it a recurring part of Spock's character. And so, the Vulcan nerve pinch was born. Leonard was pleased because it allowed Spock to neutralize threats effectively without resorting to what he considered base physical violence. It was a clean, elegant solution that perfectly matched Spock's demeanor. So as a kid, I always wondered, could this thing work in real life? Probably not the way that we see it on TV. The idea of instantly and harmlessly rendering someone unconscious with a quick pinch isn't really supported by human physiology. But that was never the point for Leonard. The point was to give Spock a believable, character-consistent alternative to typical television fisticuffs. So before I started doing research for this video, I'd always called it the Vulcan neck pinch. But everywhere I was reading, apparently the official term is Vulcan nerve pinch. What did you call it when you were a kid? Or maybe even now? Let me know in the comments section. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate you giving it a thumbs up. Maybe even consider subscribing to the channel. I talk about music, movies, and mostly TV from decades gone by. You know, the good stuff. But most importantly, and as always, thanks for watching. And now for something only semi-related.
Watch me trick Fred out of his Cocoa Pebbles.
Mr. Spock!
My search for something super chocolatey has led me here.
Must be my delicious Cocoa Pebbles.
Fascinating.
They're yours if you take me on the Enterprise.
Mega chocolatey taste.
Fill me up. Dino? Barney, my pebbles.
Warp speed ahead.
Post Cocoa Pebbles cereal, part of this nutritious breakfast.
You are special.
You didn't have to do it, but you did. So thank you very much for your support, for your support, for your support. Thank you very much for your support.
Click on that thumbnail cause it's time to go. Dave's got the classics, let the memories flow. TV shows and movies that we all hold so dear. On his YouTube channel he's keeping memories near. Dave Sundstrom, bringing back the good stuff, oh yeah.